And good afternoon. Welcome back to Kinsmen Civic Memorial Stadium in Oshawa. This is the gold medal matchup coming to you moments from now between the Humber Hawks and the Durham Lords in the 2019 OCAA Men's Baseball Championship. The Lords and the Hawks set to do battle here in a gold medal matchup. It's a double elimination tournament, so you continue in the tournament until you lose your second game. Durham has one loss. They lost to these Humber Hawks last night by a score of 10-0. So Humber needs only to win one game this afternoon in order to win the championship and claim the gold medal for the second consecutive year. Durham, in order to claim gold, will have to beat Humber in this game. And if they do that, then there would be a second game following half an hour after the completion of this game. And the winner of that game would win the gold medal. But either way, both of these teams have qualified for next weekend's national championships, the NCBC championships that will be hosted by the Humber Hawks at Connorvale Park. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as the afternoon goes on. But let's focus on this Ontario championship now, as the Durham Lords this morning came out on top of in an extra innings nail-biter by a score of 4-1. The Durham Lords beat the St. Clair Saints in 8 innings. The extra inning required because both teams were tied at 1 after 7 innings. Durham scored 3 in that extra inning in the international tiebreaker rules, and which allows each team to start with a couple of runners on base. Durham scored 4 times. St. Clair was not able to score in their half of the 8th, and Durham won to advance to this gold medal matchup with the Humber Hawks. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup in this ball game. The Durham Lords will send Josh Kristolovich to the mound. He started 4 games this year for the Lords, posted a 1-loss record of 2-1 through 1 complete game, and an ERA of 2.67. For the Humber Hawks, they will send second-year pitcher Braden Taylor to the mound. He appeared in 4 games, starting all 4 of those games, and he won 3 of them, and an ERA of 2.67, so the exact same earned run average as Josh Kristolovich of the Durham Lords. Taylor with 21 strikeouts on the season, and Kristolovich with 24 strikeouts. So their numbers relatively similar coming into this game, and certainly the Lords will have to just focus on winning one game at a time, as the Hawks are the defending OCAA champions. They won the gold medal last year. Durham has not won a medal since 2014, so this will be the first time in 5 years that Durham will take home a medal. It will be at least a silver medal, and if they win twice this afternoon over Humber, they will win the Ontario Championship. So we've talked about the pitchers. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. The Durham Lords will be the visiting team in this game because they finished 1 game behind Humber in the regular season. Humber was 13-5, and Durham was 12-6. Humber took 2 of the 3 games during the regular season between these teams. The leadoff hitter for Durham will be Jordan D'Amico, playing at second base in this game. D'Amico had a huge game this morning for the Lords with a home run in that game that sent the game to extra innings and helped his team pull it out in extra innings. So Jordan D'Amico will lead things off for Durham. He'll be followed by shortstop Griffin Oliver. Catcher Sam Cocker will bat third. Designated hitter Fernando Suarez, OCAA batting champion for 2019, will bat fourth in the cleanup spot. Riley Gray at center field will bat fifth. Jake LeGros, who pitched this morning against St. Clair for Durham and won the game, going all the way in 8 innings, he will play third base in this game. Connor May will bat seventh in right field. Palmer Cruikshank batting 8th at first base, and Jake Story, the left fielder, will bat 9th. And again, the pitcher is Josh Kristolovich. For the Humber Hawks, Stephen Neverbecki will be the leadoff hitter playing right field. Hunter Bisser is the catcher and batting second. Liam Sutherland in center field will bat third. Dennis DeBanning in left field will bat the cleanup spot. Sam LaBelle, OCAA's Rookie of the Year, the shortstop, will bat fifth, followed by Aiden Murphy at first base. Ty Martin bats seventh in third base. Kem Wilcox is the DH. He'll bat in the 8th spot. And Jared Gonzalez will bat 9th and play second base. Braden Taylor comes out to the mound now for the Humber Hawks, and he will begin his warm-ups here for the top of the first inning as we were about set to get underway. The Humber Hawks, if they win this game, will win the OCAA championship for the second consecutive year. The Durham Lords will need to win this game in order to force a second game this afternoon, a deciding game. Humber has not lost in the tournament to this point, so you keep playing until you lose twice. Humber won its opening game of the tournament yesterday, and it was a come-from-behind victory over the Seneca Sting, 7-4, as Seneca led that game 4-2 late, but Humber came back late with runs in the 5th and the 6th innings to win 7-4. Humber won last night over these Durham Lords 10-0 in a very cold game here at Kinsmen Stadium. Conditions much better, much warmer at least this afternoon, as the sunshine is out and the temperature is about 12 degrees Celsius. Last night, the wind chill was about 3 degrees and very cold conditions. The Durham Lords in this tournament have a record of 2 wins and 1 loss. They opened the tournament yesterday with a 6-2 win over St. Clair. They lost last night 10-0 to Humber. And this morning in the bronze medal game, St. Clair and Durham played to extra innings, and Durham won that game 4-1 in 8 innings. So St. Clair leaves Oshawa with the bronze medal. 7th consecutive year that the Saints have medaled at the OCAA tournament, but it's the first time they've won bronze. They've never won bronze before. Every time prior, it's either been silver or gold. 5 consecutive gold medals for St. Clair from 2013 to 2017. Last year, St. Clair was in the championship matchup with Humber and lost that game 14-5. But this year, it'll be the Durham Lords trying to knock off the Humber Hawks, and we're ready to go. Jordan D'Amico will start things off here for the Durham Lords. Second baseman in this game. Played third base this morning. Hits that ball hard to the right side. It's a foul ball, and we're underway at 1:02. Start time of 1:02. Jordan D'Amico this morning had a couple of hits, hit a single, but he had a big home run off of Travis Snyder of St. Clair to equalize the score to make it 1-1, and that ended up forcing extra innings against St. Clair, which Durham ended up winning in the 8th inning. So D'Amico's had the hot bat. He has a 1-1 count here against Braden Taylor, the starting pitcher for the Humber Hawks. That pitch is in there, the knees for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Braden Taylor this year is a second-year player for the Hawks. Part of the roster last year in the gold medal championship that Humber won right here at Kinsmen Stadium. D'Amico fouls that ball to the right side. It's out of play, and we'll do it again. Gold medal and silver medal on the line here this afternoon between the Humber Hawks and the Durham Lords. D'Amico hammers that ball to center field. That's a base hit. It's a leadoff single for Jordan D'Amico as the Lords get the leadoff batter of the ball game onto first base, and that will bring up the shortstop, Griffin Oliver. This morning in the game against St. Clair, Oliver was 0 for 3. He will come up here with a runner on first, nobody out in the top of the first inning, just underway in this gold medal matchup between the Hawks and the Lords. Pitch to Oliver is low for ball 1. D'Amico gets his lead at first base. Potentially a threat to go. He's got good speed. Oliver flinches at that and takes it for a ball, so the count is 2-0. D'Amico is the runner at first. He had 5 stolen bases this season. He doesn't go. Oliver fouls that pitch away. 2 balls and a strike. Griffin Oliver from Oshawa. Shortstop, was one of 5 All-Stars this year for the Durham Lords in the OCAA All-Star team. Humber had 2 All-Stars. We'll talk about that as the game goes on. 2-1 is the count to Oliver. And he will drag a bunt between first and second, and He is out at first base as the second baseman, Jared Gonzalez, comes in. Almost like works like a sacrifice bunt in that sense, as D'Amico goes over to second base. And it's a runner on second now in scoring position with one away, and the batter will be Sam Cocker. So Oliver does manage to move the runner over into scoring position, and Cocker will try and cash him here in the top half of the first inning. Just underway. Cocker takes the first pitch at the knees for strike one. Braden Taylor from Toronto, second-year pitcher for the Hawks. Count is 0-1. That ball is lifted to left field. The Banning is not going to get there. It drops in front of him for a base hit, and Cocker has a hit and moves D'Amico up to third base. D'Amico had to freeze on that because it looked like the Banning might have a chance to catch that ball in left field, so he had to freeze in order, in case it was caught, he would have had to have gone back to second. So D'Amico at third base and Sam Cocker now at first, with a couple of hits here for the Lords in the top half of the first. Runners at the corners and one out for Fernando Suarez. Suarez is the DH, designated hitter for Durham. And he hits that ball deep to right field, or to center field. Center fielder going back to catch it. It will be hauled in by Liam Sutherland, but that is a sacrifice fly, and the Durham Lords get the first run of the ball game as Jordan D'Amico scores on the sacrifice fly by Fernando Suarez. 1-0 Durham. So the Lords with a couple of runs and now, a couple of hits and a run now here in the top half of the first, and they have the early lead. Sam Cocker remains at first base, and the batter is Riley Gray, center fielder. He was one of the 5 OCAA All-Stars for the Lords in 2019. Cocker gets his lead at first. Braden Taylor is ready. That pitch is low, 2-0 to Riley Gray. Durham with a run here in the top half of the first inning on a couple of hits, and a sacrifice fly by Fernando Suarez. Riley Gray bats from the left side. Runner goes, pitches there, and they throw down to second, and it's a stolen base for Sam Cocker. As Hunter Bisser came up with it, threw down to second, but Cocker beats the throw, and he's in scoring position with one out here in the top of the first, and Riley Gray with a 3-0 count now. Jake LeGros is on deck. Rather, 2 out here. Riley Gray takes the 3-0 pitch, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. The scoreboard says there's 1 out, but there are actually 2 out. Griffin Oliver grounded out to second on a drag bunt attempt. Suarez hit the sacrifice fly, so that's 2 out. 3 balls, 1 strike, and 2 out here for the Lords in the top of the first. 3-1 pitch is hit to center field. Liam Sutherland looks like he's there to get it, and he chases it down. The inning is over. But the Lords do put 1 run across on a couple of hits, and they leave 1. So half an inning in the books here, and it is Durham leading the Humber Hawks by a score of 1-0. The Hawks coming to bat in just a moment. You're watching OCAA Live. This is the 2019 Men's Baseball Championship live stream on Sports Canada TV, brought to you by Bel Air Direct. Welcome back to Kinsmen Stadium in Oshawa. Brian Oliver bringing you play-by-play coverage of the 2019 OCAA Men's Baseball Championship live stream here on Sports Canada TV. We go to the bottom of the first inning. This is the gold medal matchup. The Humber Hawks trailing the Durham Lords 1-0 and coming to bat here in the bottom of the first. They will face Josh Kristolovich. He will be the starting pitcher for the Lords in this game. This is his first appearance of the tournament. He started 4 games for the Lords during the regular season with a 1-loss record of 2-1 and an earned run average of 2.67. He was 5th in the league in strikeouts this year, tossing 24 strikeouts on the mound for the Lords. The leadoff hitter for the Humber Hawks here is Stephen Narabecki, number 22, the right fielder. Again, the Humber Hawks are in the driver's seat here. If they win this game, they are the Ontario champions for 2019. Humber would have to lose twice in order for Durham to claim the championship for 2019 because it is a double knockout tournament and Humber has not lost a game yet. Kristolovich's first pitch to Stephen Narabecki is low for ball 1. Durham with a run in the top half of the first to take an early lead in this game. Last night these teams played in a round 2 game and Humber won that game 10-0. Kristolovich's pitch is grounded up the middle and it's going to be just outside the reach of Griffin Oliver as he tried to get it as it went over second base, and it was just a little bit too hard. So a base hit right up the middle, almost went right directly over second base. So it's a leadoff hit for Stephen Narabecki. So just like Durham, the Humber Hawks get the leadoff batter on base in the first inning. And the batter now will be Hunter Bisser. Hunter Bisser, jersey number 14, and the catcher. First pitch from Kristolovich is in there for a strike, 0-1. The Humber Hawks are the home team in this game. They are wearing the blue jerseys with the gold numbers. The Durham Lords in their green jerseys with the white numbers. Kristolovich fires back over to first. Now Rebecca is in safe. Hunter Bisser from Toronto. He's a 4th-year player. He's part of this gold medal championship team from last year. The Hawks looking to defend their Ontario title. That ball is hit to short. Griffin Oliver has it at short. Throw to first is a double play. It's a 6-4-3 double play as Oliver gets it. Fires it to Jordan D'Amico at second, who gets the force out, and on to Palmer Cruikshank at first for the out. So it's a double play. Now Rebecca is out, and Hunter Bisser hits into the double play. So 2 away and nobody on now, and it'll bring up Liam Sutherland. Liam Sutherland shows bunt, takes it back. The ball goes off Sam Cocker's glove, the catcher, and it's ball 1. Liam Sutherland, one of 2 All-Stars in the OCAA this year for the Humber Hawks. Liam Sutherland, a 4th-year player from Mississauga, had a great career in the college ranks as he pops that ball foul to the right side, and the count is 1-1. So Liam Sutherland was one of the 2 All-Stars for the Humber Hawks. The other, Sam LaBelle, the shortstop, who was also named OCAA Rookie of the Year on Thursday night at the OCAA Awards Banquet in Ajax. Count is 1-1 to Liam Sutherland. He will swing and miss at that pitch from Josh Kristolovich, and the count is 1-2. Humber trailing this game 1-0. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Stephen Narabecki led off the inning with a single, but he was erased on a double play hit into by Hunter Bisser. That pitch from Kristolovich is high, and it is 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 away here for the Hawks. If Sutherland reaches, it'll be the cleanup hitter, Dennis DeBanning. A lot of power hitters in this lineup for the Humber Hawks, and they were on fire last night in that 10-0 win over these Durham Lords. Ball is hit to short. Griffin Oliver tries to scoop it and not able to get it as it hops, short hops, and Sutherland blazes down to first base, and he is safe at first, so there's another base runner for the Hawks. So runner in first, 2 away, and here comes Dennis DeBanning, the left fielder. Another 4th-year player, real veteran lineup here for the Hawks. DeBanning will hit that ball hard to the right side, but it's well foul. Count is 0-1. Liam Sutherland is the base runner for the Hawks at first. DeBanning shows bunt, takes it back. Not likely bunting in the situation with 2 out, but he takes a strike, so now he's behind 0-2. So Josh Kristolovich ahead here in the count. And trying to get out of this inning. There have been a couple of hits for the Hawks. Runner goes. That ball is hit to second, and that works perfectly as Jordan D'Amico at second base had to go over to cover second base, and that's exactly where Dennis DeBanning hit the ball. That's exactly how you do it. And the veteran hitter hits it right through the hole, and that moves Sutherland all the way to third base. So it's a hit and run, and now runners at the corners for the Hawks with 2 out. So that brings up the OCAA's Rookie of the Year for 2019, Sam LaBelle. He is the shortstop, and he has an opportunity to get his team on the board here in the bottom of the first inning. Humber trailing the Durham Lords 1-0. Kristolovich's pitch is just outside the zone. 1-0. Stephen Narebecki with a single. Liam Sutherland with a single. Dennis DeBanning with a single here in this first inning. Runners at the corners, 2 away. The 1-0 is taken, and it's low. 2 balls and no strikes. So LaBelle ahead in the count here. Trying to bring home Liam Sutherland from third base, who represents the tying run in this ball game. Just underway here, bottom of the first. The 2-0 pitch, that is low in the dirt, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. If LaBelle reaches, Aiden Murphy will follow the first baseman. 3-0 pitch is low. Cocker has to backhand that, but it's a 4-pitch walk. And the bases are loaded. And that's going to bring out Scott Cocker, the assistant coach for the Durham Lords. He's going to talk things over with Josh Kristolovich. So Liam Sutherland at third, Dennis DeBanning at second now as he advances on the walk by Sam LaBelle, and that brings up Aiden Murphy. Aiden Murphy, the first baseman, with a chance to put Humber on even terms or perhaps go ahead here in the bottom of the first inning. Aiden Murphy, 7th in the on-base percentage in the rankings in the OCAA this year, 7th at .475. Second-year player, batted .354 in the regular season. First pitch is grounded, foul to the left side, strike 1. So the bases are loaded here for Humber, bottom of the first. Aiden Murphy with an 0-1 count now against Josh Kristolovich. That pitch is high and inside, ball 1. Murphy is ready. So is Kristolovich. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It is popped up and foul. It'll blow out a play to the right side. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. About 12 degrees Celsius. A little more cloud activity in the sky right now, but no threat of rain this afternoon. But clouds taking away some of the blue sky right now. It'll be a 1-2 pitch to Murphy. Kristolovich sees it's taken. Murphy takes it very close, but it is called a ball. So the count now is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bases loaded, 2 out, count is 2-2. Kristolovich is ready. Pitch is taken, strike 3 called, the inning is over. A big pitch there by Kristolovich. That's his first strikeout of the game, and the Humber Hawks leave the bases loaded in the first inning. So 1 inning in the books, no runs, 3 hits, and 3 runners left on base. 1 inning complete. It is Durham 1 and Humber no score. You're watching OCAA Live. This is the 2019 Men's Baseball Championship live stream on Sports Canada TV, brought to you by Bel Air Direct. Going to the second inning here in Oshawa, Kinsmen Civic Memorial Stadium, the gold medal matchup between the Humber Hawks and the Durham Lords in the OCAA 2019 championship. If the Humber Hawks win this game, they are the champions. If the Durham Lords win this game, they will go to a deciding game later this afternoon. So Humber would have to lose twice in order to have Durham win the gold medal in the 2019 OCAA championships. Humber has not lost in the tournament to this point. Durham does have one loss. So a double elimination knockout format, that's the way things work. We go to the top of the second, and Jake LeGros is the leadoff hitter. Popped to the right side by LeGros, and it is caught in foul territory by Aiden Murphy. That is the first out of the second inning. And LeGros, one pitch, one out. Braden Taylor continues on the mound for the Humber Hawks. The Humber Hawks in the blue jerseys, the white pants. Durham Lords in the green, dark green jerseys with the gray pants. And Connor May is the batter now, right fielder. This is his first cuts of the game. Swings and misses at the first offering from Braden Taylor, 0-1. 1 run on 2 hits for the Lords, no runs on 3 hits for Humber. We're in the top of the second, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Lords. Connor May hits that ball to the left side. If it's fair, it's trouble. It is foul. Just about 1.5 feet foul down the left field line as that ball was in on the hands of Connor May. He fought it off, and if that ball had landed in fair territory, almost certainly would have been a double. But it is just a foul ball, and the count is 0-2 to Connor May. Durham with 1 run in the first inning on a couple of hits. There was a sacrifice bunt as well, and a sacrifice fly by Fernando Suarez accounting for the first run of the game. Connor May takes a ball. It's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch is low and moves the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Connor May pitched in the game between these two teams last night between Humber and Durham as May takes high. Ball 3, 3 balls and 2 strikes as May works the count back in his favor. He was the starting pitcher last night against Humber. Here's the 3-2. That is hit to the shortstop. Sam LaBelle will throw over to first, and he's got Connor May with the out, 2 away. So the OCAA Rookie of the Year at short for Humber gets his first assist of the ball game. And that will bring up the first baseman, number 12, Palmer Cruikshank.
Now batting first base, number 12, Palmer Cruikshank.
Cruikshank had a big moment in the game this morning between Durham and St. Clair in the bronze medal game as he takes ball 1 from Braden Taylor. He came up with the bases loaded in a tie game in extra innings and was hit by a pitch as he takes strike 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. That ended up being brought in the winning run, being hit by the pitch as Durham went on to score 3 runs in the extra innings, or in the extra inning, and take a 4-1 lead, and they held on 4-1. Cruikshank takes that ball low, 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 out here, nobody on the bases, Durham leading 1-0. Braden Taylor's pitch is very high, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Cruikshank looking to get on base for Jake Story, the number 9 hitter. Here's the 3-1 from Braden Taylor. And hit hard and pulled well foul by Cruikshank, and it's a full count. Ball came very close to hitting Tim Harkness, the third base coach for the Lords. We've seen Cruikshank hit a couple of balls in the earlier game as well, pulling them very hard down the left field line. Just a little bit early on the timing. He does have power. The 3-2 pitch is high. He's got a walk. It's a 2-out walk for Palmer Cruikshank. He goes down to first, and Jake Story comes up now as the Lords have a base runner here and trying to extend a 1-0 lead over the Humber Hawks. That ends a string of 4 straight retired by Braden Taylor. So Jake Story stands in. He's a right-handed hitter. And he will hit that ball foul, left side, 0-1. Both of these teams, regardless of the outcome this afternoon, will play in the NCBC National Championship next weekend in Etobicoke. The Humber Hawks hosting the National Championships. The Hawks getting an automatic berth as the host, as Story takes that pitch outside and the count is 1-1. The Hawks certainly earning their way to the tournament, though, by being here in the gold medal matchup. They will host the tournament. Begins Thursday. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss by Story. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The second Ontario berth goes to the other team in the gold medal matchup, the Durham Lords. So Durham will play next weekend as well in the national championship in Etobicoke. More on that as the game goes on. Pitch taken just a bit off the corner, but it is called for strike 3. Jake Story is caught looking, and the inning is over. That is the first strikeout of the game for Braden Taylor, and it ends the second inning. So no runs. There was a runner left on base on the Palmer Cruikshank walk, and no errors. So an inning and a half gone here in the first of potentially 2 gold medal games. The Humber Hawks trailing the Durham Lords 1-0. You're watching OCAA Live. This is the 2019 Men's Baseball Championship live stream on Sports Canada TV, brought to you by Bel Air Direct. And welcome back to Oshawa, Kinsmen Civic Memorial Stadium. Brian Oliver here to call the play-by-play of the OCAA Men's 2019 Baseball Championship. You're watching the live stream on Sports Canada TV on OCAA Live. Hope you are enjoying it. We've had 1 run so far in this game only. Durham scoring a run in the top of the first. Humber left the bases loaded in the bottom of the first inning. And they will come up in the bottom of the second. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters, Ty Martin, Cam Wilcox, and Jared Gonzalez, to face Josh Kristolovich. 1 run on 2 hits for the Lords, as Martin fouls that away, strike 1. No runs, 3 hits for the Humber Hawks. They had 3 hits in that first inning and a walk, but there was a double play, and that turned the course of the inning and prevented the Hawks from scoring. Martin is ready. Pitch is hit on the ground. It's up the middle, and no chance for Jordan D'Amico to get that, as it just is outside the reach of the second baseman, and it is a base hit for Ty Martin. So the leadoff batter is on again for the Hawks. 4th hit of the game for Humber, and it'll bring up Cam Wilcox, the DH. The right-handed hitter coming up here. We'll see if he decides to bunt. He does not. He takes pitch low for ball 1. Cam Wilcox is from Mississauga. Pitch is low from Kristolovich. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Cam Wilcox, again from Mississauga, second-year player on these Humber Hawks. Ty Martin is the base runner at first. Count is 2-0. Kristolovich is ready. Runner does not go, and he's low again. 3 balls and no strikes. Waiting on deck is the number 9 hitter, Jared Gonzalez, the second baseman. But Gonzalez is a good hitter. 3-0. Pitch is in there, strike one. Cam Wilcox batted .231 in the regular season. Here's the 3-1 from Kristolovich. It is fouled away, strike two. So Josh Kristolovich, the starting pitcher for the Lords, battling back here. Fell behind 3-0. Now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. The Humber Hawks with a base runner here on first with nobody out. Ty Martin leading off the inning with a single. Here's the 3-2 pitch. It is hit on the ground. D'Amico will have to wait for it. He'll go to second for one. Oliver up with it, on to first. Throws it high, but it is corralled by Palmer Cruikshank, and Cam Wilcox is safe at first, and that's where he will stay. He does not advance on the errant throw. So it's a fielder's choice. Ty Martin is scored out 4-6, and Cam Wilcox now on first base with 1 out here for the Humber Hawks. Gonzalez now, Jared Gonzalez, the batter. Second baseman takes the first pitch outside the zone, ball 1. Pretty tough turn on a double play there, as the Lords were hoping to erase 2. They did get a double play in the first inning. The 1-0 pitch is on the ground. Kristolovich will go to second for one. Oliver's got it, fires it on to first. It's on the ground, and scooped by Palmer Cruikshank to complete the double play. 2 double plays in 2 innings for the Durham Lords defensively, and a great scoop there by first baseman Palmer Cruikshank to end the inning. So 1 hit, but nobody left on base and no runs across. We've played 2 innings here at Kinsmen Stadium. Durham leading the Humber Hawks 1-0. You're watching OCAA Live. This is the 2019 Men's Baseball Championship live stream on Sports Canada TV, brought to you by Bel Air Direct. Back at Kinsmen Stadium in Oshawa, going to the 3rd inning now. Top of the order coming up for the Durham Lords. They lead 1-0 in this gold medal game against the Humber Hawks. A gold medal opportunity for the Humber Hawks in this game if they win. If Durham wins this game, there will be a second game this afternoon, and that will be the deciding game between Durham and Humber. Both of these teams will also advance to the national championship next weekend, hosted by the Humber Hawks in Etobicoke. So it's a double knockout tournament. Has lost 1 game. Humber has not lost a game yet, so they have a mulligan, if you will. If they happen to lose this game, Humber does get a second chance. Last night these teams met and Humber won that game 10-0. So it's Jordan D'Amico starting things off here for the Durham Lords. He is 1 for 1 in the ball game. He singled and scored the only run of the game in the top of the 1st inning. Braden Taylor, the pitcher, is ready. He fires that one high for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss there by D'Amico. It's strike 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jordan D'Amico from Curtis. officially in his third year as a Lord. 1-2. Pitch is hammered to right field, but it's foul. Pulled just to the right of the first baseline, so we'll do it again. D'Amico this year batted .306. Led the team in plate appearances with 73. That ball is caught by Sam LaBelle. Popped behind the shortstop. He had to go run it down. Had to go pretty fast to get it, and he had to battle the sunshine, but he hauls it in for the first out of the third inning. Nice play by Sam LaBelle, the OCAA's Rookie of the Year for 2019. So one away, nobody on, and that brings up Griffin Oliver, the shortstop, as he takes ball one from Braden Taylor. Oliver sacrificed a drag bunt to move Jordan D'Amico, to advance Jordan D'Amico back in the first inning. That pitch is taken for a strike. Count is 1-1 to Griffin Oliver. 1-1 pitch is high. 2 balls and a strike. Braden Taylor is ready. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Oliver lifts that to left field. Dennis DeBanning trying to get there. He will not catch it. It is a base hit for Griffin Oliver, and a base runner here for the Lords with one away in the top of the third inning. They lead by a score of 1-0, and that brings up the catcher, number 13, Sam Cocker. Oliver with the third hit of the game for the Durham Lords. Sam Cocker also has a hit in this ball game. He's 1 for 1. He singled in the first inning, advancing Jordan D'Amico to third. He will try and move Griffin Oliver into scoring position here in the third. Takes a strike from Braden Taylor. Count is 0-1. Sam Cocker with 15 runs batted in this year for the Lords. 4 doubles, 2 triples. Takes that inside. Count is 1-1. Wind's starting to pick up a bit here at Kinsmen Stadium, but certainly a lot warmer today than it was yesterday. Pretty good conditions for fall baseball, considering that it is October the 19th. Oliver gets his lead at first. They throw over to check the runner, and he's back. Aidan Murphy fires the ball back over to Braden Taylor. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike to Sam Cocker. Oliver does not go. Cocker takes that pitch low outside for a ball, 2-1. Griffin Oliver had 5 stolen bases on the season for the Lords. 3 players on the team with 5 stolen bases this year. He does not go. Pitch is high. 3 balls and 1 strike now to Sam Cocker. So in the driver's seat, can maybe focus on a pitch that he'd like to do something with here, a 3-1 count. Oliver's lead is there. He doesn't go. The pitch is high. It's a walk. Ball 4. Sam Cocker moves to first base. That advances Griffin Oliver now to second base and into scoring position for Fernando Suarez. So 2 on with 1 away here for Durham in the top of the third. Fernando Suarez, the designated hitter now at the plate, big right-handed hitter, had 12 doubles this year and was the OCAA's batting champion. He had a sacrifice fly to score the only run of the game so far for Durham back in the first. Scored Jordan D'Amico. First pitch is in the dirt from Braden Taylor. Lords looking to add on to a 1-0 lead here in the third inning. Taylor is ready. Here's the 1-0. That is chopped high. Goes to second base. They are going to not have a play at first. Everybody is safe. That ball was a real tough play there for the defense. Jared Gonzalez had to go ranging to his right. The ball was chopped so high and it took so long to come down He finally got to it, but he had to throw off balance, and Suarez is able to beat it out. So it's an infield single. And that loads the bases for Riley Gray. So Fernando Suarez at first, Sam Cocker at second, and Griffin Oliver now at third base. The bases loaded with one away. Riley Gray will come up here, and they're going to have a little bit of a mound conference on the mound for the Humber Hawks as they figure out what they're going to do defensively here. The inning started very quietly as Jordan D'Amico popped out to short, but then Griffin Oliver singled, Sam Cocker walked, and now Fernando Suarez with an infield single to load the bases. Riley Gray is 0 for 1 in the game. He flied out to center field to end the first inning. Riley Gray batted .364 this year, 9th in the OCAA with 13 RBI. Here's the opening offering. Gray takes that pitch low for ball one. Four hits in the ball game so far for the Durham Lords. Riley Gray here with the bases loaded. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It is popped up. It is in shallow left field. Dennis DeBanning will catch it in left field, and he will fire it into the infield. Griffin Oliver bluffed coming home as he went back to tag, but Dennis DeBanning got it in very quickly to Ty Martin at third base, and the runners are not able to advance. So Gray unable to bring anyone home there. Now there are two out with the bases loaded, and it's Jake LeGros. LeGros is 0 for 1 in the ball game. He fouled out to the first base side in the second inning. LeGros hits that ball to first base. It is taken there by the first baseman, Aidan Murphy. He did a nice job of blocking it. Didn't get past him, and that ends the inning. So the Lords are turned aside. They leave the bases loaded after a couple of hits, but no runs across. So no runs, 2 hits, 3 runners left on base, no errors. 2.5 complete here at Kinsmen Stadium in Oshawa. It is Durham 1, Humber no score. You're watching OCAA Live. This is the 2019 Men's Baseball Championship live stream on Sports Canada TV, brought to you by Bel Air Direct. The Humber Hawks coming up in the bottom of the third inning momentarily. They trail the Durham Lords in this gold medal contest at the OCAA Baseball Championship for 2019. It's a 1-0 lead for the Durham Lords. Humber, with a win in this game, would capture the 2019 gold medal. If Durham wins this game, that would be the first loss of the tournament for Humber, and the teams would have to meet again in a deciding game scheduled for approximately 4 o'clock this afternoon. But we're a long way away from that right now as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Humber with no runs on 4 hits. They've hit into 2 double plays, and those double plays have really helped Josh Kristolovich, the starting pitcher for the Durham Lords. He's given up 4 hits and a walk, but 2 double plays in each of the first 2 innings. 1 run on 4 hits for the Durham Lords. It'll be the top of the order for the Hawks here in the third inning. Steven Narebecki will lead things off, and he is 1 for 1 in the ball game. He singled in the first. And Narebecki is ready to go. He's the left-handed hitter at the plate. Takes the first pitch in there for a strike. Narebecki from Mississauga, third-year player, 6'2", and playing right field today for the Hawks. Count is 0-1. Kristolovich is ready. That is hit to center field, and it is playable for the center fielder, Riley Gray. He's got it, and that is the first out of the third inning. That is the first fly ball out of the game for the Humber Hawks. Everything else has been on the ground or a strikeout. There was one strikeout in the game. That's the first ball hit to the fly ball, at least caught in the outfield. 4 hits, though, in the game for Humber. That brings up Hunter Bisser. He's 0 for 1 in the game. He hit into one of 2 double plays that the Hawks have hit into in the game. He did that in the first inning after an error. Becky led off the game with a single. Kristolovich's pitch is low, ball 1. Nobody on the base paths here. Bottom of the third inning. Humber trailing Durham 1-0. Josh Kristolovich is ready. That ball is fouled hard to the left side, and it is 1 ball and 1 strike. Kristolovich this year, 5th in the OCAA with 24 strikeouts. And that coming just on four starts. That ball takes something off of it. It's in the dirt, and it's 2-1. Kristolovich has been touched for 4 singles in the game so far. He did issue 1 walk. He does have 1 strikeout, and the Lords have turned 2 double plays behind him. Count is 2 balls and a strike to Hunter Bisser. That ball is hit to short. Griffin Oliver has it. He will fire on to first, and Palmer Cruikshank has got it for the out, 2 away. So 2 quick outs here for the Lords defensively. That'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Liam Sutherland, the center fielder. He is 1 for 1 in the ball game. One of the OCAA All-Stars for the Humber Hawks this year. A 4th-year player. Comes up with nobody on here and 2 away in the bottom of the third. First pitch from Kristolovich is low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Kristolovich is ready. That ball is chopped to short. Jake LeGros will fire over to first, and the inning is over. So a 3 up, 3 down inning for the Durham Lords defensively, and 3 innings complete now here at Kinsmen Stadium in Oshawa. It is Durham 1, Humber no score. You're watching OCAA Live, the 2019 Men's Baseball Championship live stream on Sports Canada TV, brought to you by Bel Air Direct. We go to the 4th here in Oshawa, Kinsmen Stadium. Humber Hawks trailing the Durham Lords 1-0 in this gold medal contest between the Hawks and the Lords. Gold medal on the line here for the Humber Hawks. If they win this game, they are the 2019 OCAA champions. If the Hawks do not win this game, there will be another game to follow, and that will be the gold medal game. If the Durham Lords manage to win this game, they will force a deciding game scheduled for approximately 4 o'clock this afternoon. The Lords leading 1-0 on a run that came in the top of the first inning on a sacrifice fly by Fernando Suarez that scored Jordan D'Amico from third base. That's the only scoring in the game so far. Each team with 4 hits to this point. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters for Durham here in the top of the 4th. Connor May, Palmer Cruikshank, and Jake Story scheduled. And here's Connor May. He's 0 for 1 in the game with a ground out to short, and he takes strike 1 from Braden Taylor. Taylor shakes off the first pitch, or the signal rather, throws that one in the dirt, and it's a ball and a strike. The 1-1 pitch is just a bit inside. 2 balls and a strike to Connor May. Last inning, the Durham Lords left the bases loaded. They had bases loaded with 1 out. That pitch misses, the count now 3-1. Durham had runners at first, second, and third with 1 away, but not able to score. Connor May now with a 3-1 count, trying to become a base runner here in the top of the 4th. And that pitch is low, gets away from the catcher, and it's a leadoff walk for Connor May. That is the second walk issued in the ball game by Braden Taylor.
Now batting first baseman number 12, Palmer.
He does have 1 strikeout. The batter, 3 walks issued in the game by Braden Taylor. Palmer Cruikshank is now coming up. The first baseman bats from the right side. He walked in his first plate appearance back in the second. Connor May is the runner at first. They will throw over to first, and very close. But Connor May is safe back at first base. Good move there by Taylor and Aiden Murphy getting the tag down. That was pretty close. Connor May gets his lead again. And Taylor will throw. Cruikshank bunts it. It's a nice one down the first base line. That's going to work as the pitcher will tag Cruikshank out for the out. It's a sacrifice bunt for Cruikshank, and that advances Connor May into scoring position with 1 away here in the top of the 4th inning. So good execution there by Cruikshank. So the putout made by the pitcher, Braden Taylor.
Number 19, Jake Story.
Jake Story will be the batter. Connor May in scoring position at second base now with 1 out. Story is 0 for 1 in the game with a strikeout looking in the second inning. Braden Taylor's ready. He's high with the first offering. 1 ball and no strikes. Durham Lords with 1 run on 4 hits. Humber with no runs on 4 hits through 3 innings. The Lords threatening to add to their run. They're going to try a pickoff play at second. The ball gets away. Connor May gets back into second. The ball gets away from the infielder, but not far enough away for Connor May to chance going to third. So everybody is safe. Count is 1 ball and no strikes to Jake Story. Waiting on deck is the leadoff hitter, Jordan D'Amico. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It is popped foul. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jake Story, the left fielder for the Durham Lords. Durham in the green jerseys, Humber in the blue jerseys with the gold numbers. Connor May at second base with 1 away. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Story. It is fouled to the right side, 1-2. Story is ready. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. It is high for ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Braden Taylor this year with a 3-1 record, a 2.67 earned run average. It's a 2-2 pitch. It's low, ball 3, 3-2. Braden Taylor started 4 games for the Hawks, compiling 21 innings pitched and 21 strikeouts. 3-2 is the count to Jake Story. Connor May at second base. Here's the payoff pitch. It is hit to short. Sam LaBelle will not come up with it. He thought about going to third base to try and get Connor May, who was running in front of him, and he is not able to come up with the ball. And Connor May is safe at third, and safe at first is Jake Story. So that's likely going to be scored an error on the shortstop. So it's a fielder's choice for Jake Story. Connor May advances to third on the error by the shortstop, and that's going to be a pitching change. That's the end of the line for Braden Taylor, so we're going to see a new pitcher here for the Humber Hawks. Taylor is done, and he leaves the game here in the top of the fourth inning, trailing 1-0, and the Durham Lords have runners on the corners with one away. That'll bring on Cam Hibbs to pitch for the Hawks. Cam Hibbs, as we check his numbers, he's a third-year player. Made 4 appearances this year, has a record of 1 win and no losses. Through 9 1/3 innings, 8 strikeouts, 4 walks, and an earned run average of 0. He comes on in a situation here, though, with the Hawks trailing by a run and facing runners in the corners with one away in the fourth inning, and the top of the lineup coming here with Jordan D'Amico on, ready to come on here. He is 1 for 2 in the ball game. So again, the Humber Hawks technically don't have to win this game, because if they do lose this game, they do get another chance. There would be a second game this afternoon as a double knockout tournament. You keep playing until you lose 2 games. The Durham Lords have lost 1 game. The Humber Hawks have not lost a game yet in the tournament. So if Durham wins this game, there would be another game to follow, and that would be for the gold medal. Hibbs is taking his warm-ups, hard-throwing right-hander. Will come up with runners in the corners. Connor May at third, and Jake Story at first base. There was a sacrifice bunt in this inning by Palmer Cruikshank. Jordan D'Amico will be the batter. Singled and scored the only run of the ball game so far back in the top half of the first inning for the Durham Lords. So another opportunity here for Durham. Remember last inning in the third, they had the bases loaded with one away and did not score. The Humber Hawks have had their fair share of base runners in this game as well, but the Durham Lords have turned 2 double plays. Now we're ready to go. Hunter Bisser, the catcher, will give signals to the infield, undoubtedly to let his team know what they're going to do in the event that Jake Story, the base runner at first, tries to go down to second. Whether they will throw down to second or whether try and cut off the throw in the event that Connor May at third base tries to come home. Runners do not go. Jordan D'Amico takes the first pitch for a strike. It's 0-1. Jordan D'Amico wearing jersey number 7 for the Durham Lords. He looks down for the signals, and Tim Harkness, the assistant coach, third base coach, has given his signals. D'Amico is ready. Connor May at third, Jake Story at first. One away here, count is 0-1 to Jordan D'Amico. They will throw over to first, and it gets away. It gets away from Aiden Murphy at first. That is going to score a run, and Jake Story is going to go all the way to second, and he's going all the way to third. So a huge error there by the new pitcher, Cam Hibbs. It's 2-0 Durham. Well, that's a way to bring a run home for the Durham Lords. They'll certainly take that, as they tried to check the runner back to first, and the ball got away from Aiden Murphy, and that moved the runner all the way to third base. That ball is in play. D'Amico hits it to the pitcher. Cam Hibbs will throw it to first. It's dropped, and now it is stepped on first by Aiden Murphy to record the out. So an out recorded there, so 2 away now. D'Amico is retired 1-3, and that brings up the shortstop, Griffin Oliver. The Durham Lords with a runner on third here with 2 out. In the top half of the fourth, Griffin Oliver is 1 for 1 in the ball game. He singled, takes a ball there from Cam Hibbs. He singled in the third, and he had a sacrifice bunt in the first inning. chance to bring in another run in here for the Durham Lords. That ball is popped up sky high. Sam LaBelle, it's short, is there. No, it's not. It's Dennis DeBanning who will come in from left field to catch the ball, and the inning is over. So the Lords do get one run, though, on no hits. There were a couple of errors, and it is a 2-0 lead for the Durham Lords over the Humber Hawks after 3.5 innings. You're watching OCAA Live. This is the 2019 Men's Baseball Championship live stream on Sports Canada TV, brought to you by Bel Air Direct. Back in Oshawa at Kinsmen Civic Memorial Stadium, Brian Oliver here with the play-by-play of this gold medal match between the Humber Hawks and the Durham Lords, the 2019 OCAA Baseball Championship. It is a double elimination tournament. You keep playing until you've lost 2 games. The Humber Hawks at this point have not lost in the tournament, so if they happen to lose this game, there would be another game to be played later this afternoon if the Durham Lords win this game. And they currently lead it by a score of 2-0. After 3.5 innings, the Humber Hawks coming up here in the bottom of the 4th, trailing 2-0. It'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Hawks. Dennis DeBanning will lead things off, the left fielder. He is 1 for 1 in the ball game with a single back in the first. He fouls the first pitch from Josh Kristolovich for strike 1. Kristolovich started the game and remains in for the Durham Lords. Braden Taylor, the starting pitcher for Humber, was knocked out of the game back in the top of the 4th. So a new pitcher in for Humber as DeBanning takes that pitch inside. The count is 1-1. The Durham Lords have turned a couple of double plays on the defensive side, one in the first, one in the second. Last inning, Humber was 3 up, 3 down. The 1-1 pitch is hammered to right field. That is just over the head of Jordan D'Amico at second base, and it's a base hit for Dennis DeBanning. He is on with a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 4th. Humber trailing 2-0.
Now batting shortstop number 12, Sam LaBelle.
So that ends a streak of 5 straight retired by Josh Kristolovich, and that is the 5th hit of the game for the Humber Hawks. Sam LaBelle is the batter. The shortstop and OCAA Rookie of the Year takes ball 1 from Josh Kristolovich. Dennis DeBanning is the base runner at first. He does not go. Ball is hit to right field, likely going to be playable, and it is caught on the run. What a terrific catch made in right field there by Connor May, as that ball was in the wind and dropping quickly, and it almost dropped in front of him, but he makes a basket catch to retire Sam LaBelle.
Now batting first base number 24, Aiden Murphy.
So 1 away now with the runner on first for the Humber Hawks, and Aiden Murphy is the batter, the first baseman for the Hawks. He's 0 for 1 in the game, struck out looking in the first, hits that to short. Griffin Oliver comes up with it, flips it to second for 1, on to first, and not in time. But they do get a big out at second base as DeBanning is retired on the force out. Murphy is safe on the fielder's choice at first. Griffin Oliver coming up with that and having to go down in the dirt to get it. Flipped it just a little bit high to Jordan D'Amico, who brought it in to get the out. Almost able to turn it over to first base, but Aiden Murphy legged it out. So it's a runner on runner on first now with 2 away for the Humber Hawks. And the batter is Ty Martin. Ty Martin has 1 of the 5 hits in the game so far for Humber. Left-handed hitter and third baseman for the Hawks. Wears jersey number 26. Aiden Murphy is the runner at first. That ball is in the dirt. Sam Cocker is not able to get to it. That is a wild pitch. That will allow Aiden Murphy to move into scoring position at second base. So a runner in scoring position for Humber. Here in the bottom of the 4th, they trail it 2-0. Ty Martin at the plate, looking to bring home the first Humber run of the game. Kristolovic's 2-0 pitch is low, ball 3. If Martin is able to reach, Cam Wilcox, the designated hitter, is on deck. Three and 0 the count to Ty Martin, probably taking all the way he does. It's in the dirt, and it gets away from Sam Cocker. And that will allow Aiden Murphy to come down to third base. So it's a second wild pitch. Ty Martin moves down on the walk to first base. Aiden Murphy now at third. So runners at the corners with 2 away. And here's Cam Wilcox. Big situation here for the Hawks here in the 4th inning. Pitch is away, low and away. Kristolovich missing. 1 ball, no strikes. A single and a walk in this inning. There's been a couple of wild pitches. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's inside, 2-0. Kristolovich has given up 5 hits. He's issued a couple of walks. Lord's looking for the final out of the inning here to try and keep the game at 2-0. Kristolovich's pitch is high, ball 3, 3-0. So Kristolovich struggling to find the zone a little bit right now here in this 4th inning. He has 2 out. Wilcox, the DH, is 0 for 1 in the ball game, hit into a fielder's choice. He takes a strike, 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike to Cam Wilcox. Kristolovich is ready. The pitch is popped up. Could be playable. Jordan D'Amico is under it. In the wind, he's got it. And the inning is over. And a big jam escape there by Josh Kristolovich as he strands a couple of Humber Hawks as they are unable to score. There was a walk, a hit, a couple of wild pitches, 2 runners left on base. 4 innings complete here in Oshawa at Kinsmen Stadium. It is Durham 2, Humber no score. You're watching OCAA Live. This is the 2019 Men's Baseball Championship live stream on Sports Canada TV, brought to you by Bel Air Direct. So 4 innings in the books. We go to the top of the 5th inning here at Kinsmen Civic Memorial Stadium in Oshawa. Brian Oliver bringing you play-by-play coverage on OCAA Live. This is the 2019 Men's Baseball Championship live stream on Sports Canada TV, brought to you by Bel Air Direct. 2 runs for the Durham Lords, 1 in the 1st and 1 in the 4th to stake them to a 2-0 lead. 2 runs on 4 hits. The Humber Hawks with no runs on 5 hits through 4 innings. Cam Hibbs is the pitcher now for the Humber Hawks. He came on in relief of Braden Taylor back in the top of the 4th inning, so he is on the mound and will continue here in the 5th. The Hawks trailing 2-0. Humber Hawks can win the Ontario Championship if they win this game. If Durham wins this game, there will be another game this afternoon, and that will be decide the gold medal and the silver medal if Humber loses this game. A mulligan in that sense, because it is a double knockout tournament. You keep playing until you've lost twice. And the Lords have lost once. The Hawks have not lost yet. Sam Cocker is the leadoff hitter here in the top of the 5th inning for the Durham Lords. He fouls away the first pitch from Cam Hibbs. It's strike 1. The 0-1 pitch is high and outside for a ball, 1-1. As we've been mentioning throughout the game, both of these teams will appear next weekend in the National College Baseball Championship, the NCBC. Cocker fouls that away, 1-2. That will be hosted by the Humber Hawks, with most of the games taking place at Connervale Park in Etobicoke. And chatting with the Humber Hawks athletics group earlier, these games will next weekend will also be on the live stream, so you can watch those games as the Humber Hawks broadcast those games for you. As Cocker fouls that away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sam Cocker in the ball game is 1 for 1, singled in the 1st inning and walked in the 3rd. Cam Hibbs, the pitcher, is ready. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It is high, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Durham Lords with 2 runs on 4 hits. Runs scored by Jordan D'Amico and Connor May, as Cocker fouls that one away. Stays alive at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A good battle going on here. Sam Cocker, one of 5 OCAA All-Stars for the Durham Lords in 2019. And here comes the 2-2 pitch again. And that ball is in play. Sam LaBelle has to go deep in the hole to get it. He throws it to first, not in time. Sam Cocker beats that out with an infield single, as LaBelle had to wait for it and had to go back on his back leg to throw it a bit off balance, and not able to throw out Sam Cocker, who legs it out for a base hit. That is the 5th hit of the game for the Lords and the 2nd hit of the game for Cocker. It's a lead-off single for Sam Cocker. And that brings up Fernando Suarez, the designated hitter, who is 1 for 1 in the game with a single, and he also has a sacrifice fly. Big cut there, fouls it away, 0-1. Cam Hibbs, the pitcher for the Hawks, had a tough battle there as Sam Cocker fouled off a number of pitches to stayed alive, and then finally got one and hit it hard to short and gets an infield hit out of it. Suarez was the OCAA batting champion. The 0-1 pitch is taken for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to the big right-handed hitter. Sacrifice fly scored Jordan D'Amico back in the 1st for the first Durham run, and he singled in the 3rd. An inning where Durham left the bases loaded. Here's the 0-2 pitch, very high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Durham 2, Humber no score. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Humber trying to close out an Ontario championship with the win in this game, but they're trailing 2-0. Pitch is low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Fernando Suarez. Suarez batted .455 in the regular season to lead all players in batting average. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That is hammered to left field. It's a base hit out of the reach of Sam LaBelle. Just crushed to left field. And that's 2 hits and 2 runners on here with nobody out in the top of the 5th. The batter will be Riley Gray. So a good piece of hitting there by Suarez. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game with a sac fly. Riley Gray comes up now. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game. And you might see potentially a bunt situation here with Riley Gray coming up with first and second and nobody out. We'll see what the Lords decide to do. Gray does square to bunt, takes it back, and it is ball 1. So the Lords considering playing some small ball here. Riley Gray now with a 1-0 count. See if they take the bunt off or leave it on. Cam Hibbs looks in for the sign. Sam Cocker at second, Fernando Suarez at first. Nobody out here, top of the 5th. The 1-0 pitch. Bunt taken back again, but that time it's in there for a strike, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Riley Gray was one of the 5 Durham OCAA All-Stars this year. The others being Sam Cocker, Fernando Suarez, Jason Krause, and Griffin Oliver. Gray 0 for 2 in the game with a couple of flyouts. Looking to advance these base runners and try to get Durham with an extended 2-0 lead. He tries to bunt that one, and he misses it. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now. So Cam Hibbs gets ahead of Riley Gray. That probably means Gray won't be bunting now with 2 strikes. But still looking to advance the base runners. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled away. Stays alive. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Riley Gray. Jake LeGros, the third baseman, awaits on deck. Durham with a run in the first and a run in the 4th to build a 2-0 lead over the Humber Hawks. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Hammered to right field, base hit. That will load the bases as Cocker will stop at third. Suarez at second. And Gray gets a big hit for the Lords. It's 3 consecutive singles here to start the 5th inning. So Cocker singles, Suarez singles, and Gray now singling to load the bases with nobody out. The batter, it'll be Jake LeGros. Jake LeGros playing third base. He is 0 for 2 in the ball game. He fouled out to first base in the 2nd inning. He grounded out with the bases loaded in the 3rd to end the 3rd. So LeGros comes up again with the bases loaded, but this time there's nobody out. 2-0 Durham, top of the 5th. Cam Hibbs is ready. Pitch is chopped. It's in play. There's going to be a play tag at third, but a run scores. It's an RBI fielder's choice as Sam Cocker comes in with the 3rd Durham run of the game. And Fernando Suarez is tagged out at third. Or he's not tagged out at third. There were no outs on that. My mistake. Everybody is safe. So the tag play apparently did not work for the Humber Hawks. So the bases are loaded, nobody out, and it's 3-0 Durham.
Now batting right fielder number 20, Connor May.
So it's an RBI for Jake LeGros. 3-0 is the score. Bases loaded. Connor May hits that ball to left field. Dennis DeBanning makes a great catch in left field for the first out of the inning, and he had to go all out to get that ball. That was an outstanding play there by the left fielder for the Humber Hawks as he robs Connor May of an RBI. That's the first out of the inning. Big play there by the Humber left fielder. And he fired it back in to make sure that Fernando Suarez did not have enough time to tag and come back home with the 4th run. So Palmer Cruikshank now up with the bases loaded and 1 away. 3-0 is the score. Cruikshank takes that pitch high for ball 1. Palmer in this game is a walk and a sacrifice bunt. Looking to add on to a 3-0 Durham lead here in the top half of the 5th inning. 1-0 pitch taken for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fernando Suarez at third, Riley Gray at second, and Jake LeGros at first. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Cruikshank takes that inside. Hunter Bisser, the catcher, squeezes it and holds on to it just a little bit longer, trying to buy the strike there. Did not get the call from the umpire, so the count is now 2 balls and a strike to Palmer Cruikshank. Big opportunity to add on here for the Durham Lords. Here's the 2-1. Fouled off his leg. Foul ball as Cruikshank took a good hack at that, but it hit his leg and he walks away in a bit of pain, and he's going to take a moment to recover from that. So the count now is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bases loaded, 1 away here for the Lords. Cruikshank looking to bring home another run if possible for Durham. 1 run in here in the 5th on an RBI by Jake LeGros to score Sam Cocker. Cam Hibbs, the Durham pitcher, is ready. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Cruikshank. It is popped foul, and Cruikshank stays alive. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the count remains. Corners are in here for the Hawks. The middle infielders are back in hope of turning a double play to get out of the inning. Here's the 2-2. That ball is lifted to second base. It is going to be caught, a circus catch by the second baseman, Jared Gonzalez. What an outstanding catch, as he had to twist and turn and catch that as he was falling down. So he robs Palmer Cruikshank of a base hit, and the bases remain loaded, and now there are 2 away. 2 outstanding defensive plays here by the Humber Hawks. Dennis DeBanning in left, and there moments ago, Jared Gonzalez at second base. Great defense. So that'll leave it up to Jake Story now for the Durham Lords. Comes up here 0 for 2 in the game. Takes a strike from Cam Hibbs. Bases are loaded here with 2 out now. Story struck out looking to end the second. He hit into a fielder's choice in the 4th. Cam Hibbs with the 0-1 pitch. Taken for strike 2. So Hibbs is now ahead 0-2 as the Humber Hawks looking to get out of a major jam here with the bases loaded. They did give up 1 run, but they're looking to leave the bases loaded. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Story hits that to short. LaBelle has got it. He'll underhand it to second for the out. The inning is over. So 1 run across for the Durham Lords. There were 4 hits, but only 1 run scored. We've played 4.5 here in Kinsmen Stadium in Oshawa. It is Durham 3, Humber no score. You're watching the OCAA Live. This is the 2019 Men's Baseball Championship live stream on Sports Canada TV, brought to you by Bel Air Direct. Getting ready for the bottom of the 5th inning here at Kinsmen Stadium in Oshawa. Durham leading the Humber Hawks 3-0. With the Hawks coming up here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Escaping a major rally there by the Durham Lords in the 5th inning. The Lords did get 1 run, but they left the bases loaded for the second time in 3 innings and only came away with one run on a couple of outstanding defensive plays by the Hawks. Dennis DeBanning in left and Jared Gonzalez at second to rob Durham of more runs. So we go to the home half of the 5th inning. Humber is the home team in the blue jerseys. It'll be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters. Jared Gonzalez leading things off here for the Hawks. Second baseman is 0 for 1 in the ball game. He grounded into a double play to end the 2nd inning. 1-0 pitch is hammered to left field, and it is not going to be caught in left field as it goes off the glove of Jake Story, and digging for second is Jared Gonzalez. So that ball was hit really hard, and it was sort of at eye level, and it carried hard, and Story not able to come up with the catch in left field. So Jared Gonzalez is on second with a leadoff double here in the Humber 5th inning, and that turns the lineup over as the leadoff hitter, Stephen Narebecki, comes up here with a runner at second and nobody out, his team trailing 3-0. Humber can win the OCAA Gold with a victory in this game. Narebecki swings hard at that first pitch. It is 0-1. Narebecki is 1 for 2 in the ball game. He singled in the first. He flied out to center in the third. Narebecki fouls that pitch away as well, and the count is 0-2. 3-0 Durham. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. If Durham wins this game, there would be another game played later this afternoon to decide the gold medal. If Humber wins this game, they win the gold medal. It's the 0-2 pitch. It is lifted to center field. It is playable and just caught by Riley Gray as he was fighting either the wind or the sun there. Looks like he lost it at the last minute. And he did manage to bring it in for the out, so that is the first out of the inning, and is the second time that Narebecki has flied out to center field in the ball game. So that'll bring up Hunter Bisser. Gonzalez led off this inning with a double. First pitch to Bisser is in the dirt. Sam Cocker with a nice block there to keep Jared Gonzalez at second base. Hunter Bisser 0 for 2 in the ball game. He grounded into a double play and grounded out to short. He's the number 2 hitter in the lineup. And the catcher, that ball is chopped foul. Count as a ball and a strike. Six hits in the ball game so far for the Humber Hawks. Bisser trying to bring home the first run of the game for the Hawks as Kristolovich misses that pitch outside, 2-1. Cocker had to backhand that one to keep it from getting away from the home plate. Now Jared Gonzalez is coming off second base, and not sure what's going on here. He is trotting off the field, and we're going to have a bit of a delay here as Gonzalez is maybe looking for a piece of equipment, maybe sunglasses, not really sure. He's over on the third base dugout right now, and in fact, he's right off the field at the moment. Now he's got whatever he needs. Maybe it's a glove, but he is now running back to second base, and you can see him going back to where he was before. Jared Gonzalez on second base with one away here for the Humber Hawks. Durham leading at 3-0. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Runs in the 1st, 4th, and 5th for Durham. The count is 2 balls and a strike to Hunter Bisser. Here's the 2-1. That's in there. Strike 2. Jared Gonzalez leading the inning off with a double. Stephen Narebecki flying out to center. Wind picking up a little bit here this afternoon now at Kinsmen Stadium. Not as windy as yesterday, but the breeze can still play tricks, and it's very sunny. That ball is hit to center field. Riley Gray is under it. He's got it and will haul it in for the second out. So a well-hit ball, but right at Riley Gray, and that one did not give him the same kind of trouble that the first one did. He's got it, and 2 away. Liam Sutherland will come up now. He is 1 for 2 in the ball game. Fourth-year center fielder for the Hawks. Singled in the first, grounded out the third in the third inning. First pitch to Sutherland is in the dirt, and an outstanding block by Sam Cocker to keep Jared Gonzalez at second base, who led off this inning with the double. Since then, we've had a couple of fly balls to center field. Count is 1-0 to Liam Sutherland. That pitch is in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Waiting on deck is Dennis DeBanning, who is 2 for 2 in the ball game with a couple of singles. The 1-1 pitch is in the dirt. Cocker is not able to block that one. That one goes all the way to the backstop. The wild pitch advances Jared Gonzalez to third base now with 2 away. And Liam Sutherland now with the 2 balls and 1 strike count. Kristolovich trying to end this inning right here, right now. Not wanting to face Dennis DeBanning with 2 runners on. That pitch is grounded to short. Griffin Oliver comes up with it, fires it over to first, and tagging the play is Palmer Cruikshank as the throw was offline, but Cruikshank takes it offline and tags Sutherland as he goes by for the third out of the inning. So a great defensive play there by Cruikshank to end the inning. So the Humber Hawks are turned aside. There was a leadoff double, but they strand him at third. 5 complete. Durham leading 3-0 over the Humber Hawks. You're watching OCAA Live, the 2019 Men's Baseball Championship live stream on Sports Canada TV, brought to you by Bel Air Direct. Go to the 6th inning here at Kinsmen Stadium in Oshawa. Brian Oliver with play-by-play call of the 2019 OCAA Men's Baseball Championship live stream here on Sports Canada TV. Hope you're enjoying it here on OCAA Live. Durham Lords leading the Humber Hawks here 3-0 as we go to the 6th inning. Runs in the 1st, 4th, and 5th for the Durham Lords, although they have left the bases loaded twice in this ball game. It could be a little more than a 3-0 ball game right now. They will try to add on here in the top half of the 6th inning, and it'll be the top of the shop. Leadoff hitter Jordan D'Amico will lead it off. He is 1 for 3 in the ball game. He singled and scored in the 1st. He popped out to short in the 3rd and grounded to the pitcher in the 4th. He'll be followed by Griffin Oliver and Sam Cocker. Cam Hibbs, the pitcher for the Humber Hawks, fires the first pitch into D'Amico, and that is a ball outside, 1-0. Cam Hibbs came on in relief in the 4th inning of this game for Braden Taylor as D'Amico fouls that away, 1-1. Braden Taylor started the game and left with 1 out in the 4th. Cam Hibbs has carried the torch for the Hawks since that point. But the Hawks trailing 3-0 here in the 6th inning. 1-1 count as D'Amico takes that pitch. Hibbs had something on that and took a little bit off of it. And D'Amico thought about swinging, took the swing back, checked his swing, and was taken for a strike. So it's 1-2 now. Here's the 1-2 pitch. D'Amico pops that up. That is playable on the infield. Jared Gonzalez is under it for the first out of the inning. So 1 away. And that will bring up Griffin Oliver. He is 1 for 2 in the ball game. He singled in the third, laid down a sacrifice drag bunt in the first inning that contributed to the first Durham run of the game. Griffin Oliver lifts that ball to center field. Liam Sutherland is under it, and he's got it. As that ball held up in the wind, and Sutherland got back in front of it. He had to battle the sun. Sun is right in the face of the outfielders at this point. So Griffin Oliver is out and 2 away, and here comes Sam Cocker. Sam Cocker in this game is 2 for 2. A couple of singles and a walk, scored a run in the 5th. Takes the first pitch from Cam Hibbs for a strike. Cam Hibbs is ready. The 0-1 pitch is in there at the knees for strike 2. 0-2. Nice pitch by Hibbs. Hard throwing right-hander. Humber is the home team in this game. As that pitch is swung on and missed, it's in the dirt, and Hunter Bisser will apply the tag to his catching counterpart to end the inning. So it is a strikeout, and that is the first strikeout of the game for Cam Hibbs. It's a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Durham Lords here in the 6th. We've played 5.5. Durham 3, Humber no score. You're watching OCAA Live, the 2019 Men's Baseball Championship live stream on Sports Canada TV, brought to you by Bel Air Direct. Going to the bottom of the 6th here at Kinsmen Stadium in Oshawa, Brian Oliver with the call of the 2019 OCAA Men's Baseball Championship. This is the gold medal matchup between the Humber Hawks and the Durham Lords. Durham leading this game 3-0. Durham needing to win this game to stay alive and keep their hopes alive for a gold medal. It is a double elimination tournament, which means you keep playing until you lose twice. Durham has lost one game in this tournament. They lost last night 10-0 to these Humber Hawks. Humber has not lost in the tournament, so if Humber loses this game, it would be their first loss, and both of these teams would have one loss, and they would play a rubber match about half an hour after the completion of this game. So that's where we are right now, 3-0 for Durham. Runs in the 1st, 4th, and 5th. Humber coming up here in the bottom of the 6th. It'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Dennis DeBanning, Sam Lubell, and Aiden Murphy. Humber has left runs on base in each of the last 2 innings. Josh Kristolovich will continue on the mound, the starting pitcher for the Lords. Facing DeBanning, that pitch is cut on and missed for strike 1. DeBanning is 2 for 2 in the ball game with a couple of singles. He has 2 of the 6 hits so far in the game for the Humber Hawks. No runs on 6 hits. The 0-1 pitch is taken for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. The Durham Lords have 3 runs unofficially on 8 hits. Here's the 1-1. Fouled away. Big cut. And Kristolovich is ahead of ball and 2 strikes. Last inning, Jared Gonzalez led off the inning with a double, but was stranded after Kristolovich managed to get a couple of fly balls and a ground out to end the inning. The 1-2 pitch is hit to third base. LeGros goes back, fires it over to first, and a great defensive play there by Jake LeGros to retire Dennis DeBanning. That's the first out of the 6th inning. LeGros had to go very deep behind third base and came up firing, and that was a very impressive throw considering the fact that he was the starting pitcher and pitched this morning in a 4-1 extra innings victory for Durham over St. Clair. So you got to think his arm's got to be a little bit tired. That was a great throw in that situation. The batter now is Sam LaBelle. He is 0 for 1 in the ball game with a flyout and a walk. The Humber shortstop is the OCAA Rookie of the Year. Takes a ball inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Durham in the green jerseys, the visiting team, leading 3-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 away, nobody on. The 2-0 pitch is in there, taken for a strike by Sam LaBelle. Waiting on deck is first baseman Aidan Murphy. Here comes the 2-1 pitch from Josh Kristolovich, and that's fouled away, and the count now goes to 2-2. So Kristolovich battling back after falling behind 2-0. The count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kristolovich has had a lot of ground balls in this game today. There's the 2-2 pitch, just misses for ball 3. 3-2 now to Sam LaBelle. Kristolovich has 1 strikeout in the game. He's issued 2 walks. The 3-2 pitch is low, ball 4. So it's a 1-out walk for Sam LaBelle. That's his 2nd walk of the game. And it's a base runner for the Hawks here with 1 away in the 6th. And it's Aidan Murphy now coming to the plate with a runner on first and 1 out. Murphy is 0 for 2 in the ball game with a strikeout, and he hit into a fielder's choice. Ball is low. Cocker with a nice backhand block there off that pitch from Kristolovich. Outstanding block with the backhand of the glove. As Kristolovich trying to keep Sam LaBelle at first base. Here's the 1-0, and it's in the dirt, and another block. This time LaBelle goes to second. Cocker fires down to second, and LaBelle is there. So LaBelle jumped when he saw that ball get away from the catcher, and he's on second base on a wild pitch. So now it's a runner on second with 1 away. Aidan Murphy trying to cash in the first run of the game here for the Humber Hawks here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Kristolovic's 2-0 pitch is grounded, chopped to third base. Jake LeGros will come up firing to first, and he's got him. Palmer Cruikshank doing a nice job scooping that one as Aidan Murphy fires his hat into the ground in disgust as Sam LaBelle was not able to advance. LeGros making a nice play there again. 2 away. So a couple of ground outs to third here in this 6th inning. LeGros making a couple of nice defensive plays, and it's Ty Martin now at the plate. He's 1 for 1 in the game with a single and a walk. The left-handed hitter is ready. It's in the dirt. Cocker backhands that one. Keeps it in front of him, preventing Sam LaBelle from advancing from second over to third. 3-0 Durham. 2 out here, bottom of the 6th. Ty Martin batted .420 in the regular season for the Humber Hawks. That was 3rd best in the OCAA. He was also tops in the OCAA in terms of on-base percentage at an incredible .517. And he's been on base twice in this game. So that's going right according to plan. And he is ahead now, 3 balls and no strikes against Josh Kristolovich. Sam LaBelle is the base runner at second. He walked. He is there on second with 2 away. Count is 3 balls and no strikes to Martin, and that ball is in the dirt for ball 4. So another walk issued by Kristolovich. And that's going to have the Durham Lords call time. So we've seen 2 walks in this inning now issued by Josh Kristolovich. And they'll give him a chance here to talk things over with the infielders as they try and give him some encouragement. I think the Lords are hoping to be able to have Kristolovich finish this inning at the very least, in the hopes that they do win this game, that they use the least amount of pitching as possible, because there would be another game to follow if the Lords win this game. So now they are ready to break things up on the mound as Scott Cocker, the assistant coach, chats with the umpire as he goes to break up the tea party there on the mound in the infield. And we're ready to go. So that gives a bit of a breather, I guess, to the pitcher, and also gives the Lords a chance to decide what they're going to do defensively here. First and second with 2 out. And a big opportunity here for Cam Wilcox of the Humber Hawks with 2 out and 2 on. He hits that ball to right field. Connor May is under it. He's got it. The inning is over. So the Humber Hawks leave 2 more base runners on. No runs across, couple of walks, no hits. 6 complete here at Kinsmen Stadium in Oshawa. Durham 3, Humber no score. 7th inning coming up. You're watching OCAA Live. This is the 2019 Men's Baseball Championship live stream on Sports Canada TV, brought to you by Bel Air Direct. Going to the 7th inning here in Oshawa at Kinsmen Stadium. Brian Oliver calling the play-by-play of the 2019 OCAA Men's Baseball Championship live stream here on the OCAA Live Network. And the live stream brought to you on Sports Canada TV. 3-0, the Durham Lords leading the Humber Hawks in this gold medal matchup. The Humber Hawks with a chance to win the gold medal in this game with a victory. If Humber does not win this game and Durham does indeed hold on to the lead and win the game, there would be one more game to follow, because it is a double elimination tournament. You keep playing until you lose twice, and Humber has not lost yet in this tournament. So Humber does get a second chance if they don't win this game. It'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters here in the top of the 7th inning for Durham. Fernando Suarez, the DH, Riley Gray, the center fielder, and Jake LeGros, the third baseman. Cam Hibbs remains on the mound for the Humber Hawks here in the 7th inning. 3 runs on 8 hits for the Durham Lords to this point. Suarez will take ball 1 from Cam Hibbs. Suarez has had a big game, 2 singles and a sacrifice fly in his 3 plate appearances, and he was the OCAA batting champion. There is a strike taken in the lower part of the zone from Cam Hibbs. The count is a ball and a strike. Suarez, the designated hitter for the Durham Lords. Durham Lords, the visiting team, wearing green, Humber in blue. That ball is pounded to right center field. Center fielder Liam Sutherland gets there, though, and brings it in for the out. One away. So it's Riley Gray coming up here with nobody on and one away in the top of the 7th. He is 1 for 3 in the ball game. A couple of flyouts. He singled in the 5th in a 1-run 5th inning where the Durham Lords got 1 run and also left a couple runners on base. That pitch is fouled away. First pitch to Riley Gray, strike 1. Cam Hibbs trying to keep it a 3-run game and give his team a chance in the bottom of the 7th to pull it out and claim the gold medal. The 0-1 pitch is outside of the zone. It's high. 1 ball and 1 strike to Riley Gray. That pitch misses. The count is 2 balls and a strike to Riley Gray from Caledonia. He's a second-year player with the Lords and had an outstanding season, including winning a OCAA All-Star nod as he fouls that pitch away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Count is 2-2. Cam Hibbs, the pitcher, is ready. That ball is hit to second base. Jared Gonzalez has got it. He throws over to Aiden Murphy at first for the out. 2 away. So 2 quick outs here for the Humber Hawks in the 7th inning. And that will bring up Jake LeGros. He is 1 for 3 in the ball game. But LeGros has made a couple of very important plays defensively at third base, with 3 assists in the game at third base at the hot corner. Also tossed a complete game this morning for the Lords in their extra inning victory over the St. Clair Saints in the bronze medal game. St. Clair taking home the bronze medal with the loss in that game. Count is 1-0 to LeGros. That ball is hit to right field. It's skied. Might be playable. Long run for Liam Sutherland. And he slips and falls, but he's got it for the out. So 3 up and 3 down as LeGros gives that a ride, but Sutherland equal to the task. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, nobody left on base. So 6.5 complete. We go to the home half of the 7th inning. Humber needing 3 to tie and 4 to win in the bottom of the 7th inning. You're watching OCAA Live. This is the 2019 Men's Baseball Championship live stream on Sports Canada TV, brought to you by Bel Air Direct. Welcome back to Kinsmen Stadium in Oshawa. Brian Oliver with the call of the 2019 OCAA Men's Baseball Championship here on OCAA Live. Going to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's last chance in this game for the Humber Hawks. They trail 3-0 and can win the OCAA gold medal with a rally here in the bottom of the 7th inning. If Durham holds on to win this game, there will be another game to follow at approximately 30 minutes after the completion of this game. If the Hawks rally for 3 to tie or happen to win the game, they will be the OCAA champion. Humber looking to defend its title from last year, a championship that was won right here on this field at Kinsmen Stadium when Humber defeated St. Clair in the championship. Josh Kristolovich will continue. Liner goes off the glove of Jake LeGros at third base. It was hit right at him. It was hit so hard, and it went right off of his glove. So Jared Gonzalez is on first base. It's a leadoff. Not sure whether that will be called a hit or an error. It was right at him, but it was hit exceptionally hard. Probably scored a hit. So it's a runner on first with nobody out here for the Lords, and that brings up Stephen Rebecki, the leadoff hitter, the number one hitter in the Humber lineup. He is 1 for 3 in the ball game with a single and a couple of flyouts to center. Gonzalez is the runner at first here in the bottom of the 7th. Bunt. That is going to be fair. LeGros fires to first, and they got him at first base. Jake LeGros with an incredible play. Did not look like he had a shot at all to get Stephen Rebecki, but he is out at first, and that is the first out of the inning. Wow. LeGros making an incredible throw there off balance to get Stephen Rebecki. So that will be scored a sacrifice bunt. And that moves Jared Gonzalez to second base now with 1 out. Hunter Bisser will be the batter now. Humber with the tying run on deck here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Josh Kristolovich continues as the starting pitcher for Durham. Pitch is in there as a strike to Hunter Bisser. The Hawks catcher is 0 for 3 in the ball game. Grounded into a double play in the first, grounded to short in the third, flied out to center in the 5th. The 0-1 pitch off speed taken, strike 2. Nice off-speed pitch there from Kristolovich. Bisser didn't like the call. And it's 0-2. Jared Gonzalez at second base. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Lunged at, it is grounded to second base. D'Amico is up with it, fires it to first for the second out. 2 away. Jared Gonzalez, who led off the inning with a hot shot single to third, is now at third base. Liam Sutherland now at the plate with 2 away. Durham trying to close things out, and that pitch is high and very tight to Liam Sutherland. 1 ball, no strikes to Liam Sutherland. Jared Gonzalez is the runner at third, but all eyes on the batter here as the Lords trying to close out a victory here over Humber as that pitch is low for ball 2. 2-0. If Liam Sutherland is able to reach, Dennis DeBanning will come up to the plate, who is 2 for 3 in the ball game. Sutherland, a 4th-year player for the Hawks with a 2-0 count, takes a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Kristolovich trying to close things out here for the Lords and force a deciding game here in the 2019 OCAA Tournament Final Four for the gold medal. The 2-1 pitch is hammered to left field. That is an RBI single for Liam Sutherland. Jared Gonzalez comes in to score. It is a 3-1 game. So that is a clutch hit. That is the 8th hit of the game for the Humber Hawks. And Dennis DeBanning comes up now as the left fielder, 2 for 3 in the ball game with a couple of singles. And he represents the tying run. Kristolovich's pitch misses for ball 1. Humber trying to equalize or perhaps win it all here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Liam Sutherland is the runner at first. Kristolovich is ready. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Dennis DeBanning. Humber with 1 run here in the 7th inning so far. There are 2 away. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It is hit to left center field. It is caught in left field. Jake Story dives and comes up with the catch to end the game. And the Durham Lords survive to play another game here at Kinsmen Stadium. The final score, Durham 3, Humber 1. An outstanding defensive play there by Jake Story in left field to secure the victory, a complete game for Josh Kristolovich. And now the Lords will play a final elimination game against the Humber Hawks in about half an hour here at Kinsmen Stadium for the gold medal. So what a turn of events. Last night, Humber beat these Durham Lords 10-0. Today, a 3-1 win for the Durham Lords. And we will wait for the announcements. Before we sign off, we'll wait for the announcements of players of the game. Or maybe we won't have them. It's hard to say. Maybe we'll do that at the end of the next game. The Durham Lords winning 3-1 here over the Humber Hawks to force a deciding game at the 2019 OCAA Championship. So the Durham Lords are at least are lining up on the first baseline. The Humber Hawks are standing out in left field and not lining up for the player of the game presentation. Dennis DeBanning gets the player of the game for the Humber Hawks. Josh Kristolovich, the player of the game for the Durham Lords, the complete game. Gave up 1 run, 8 hits, a complete game to propel the Lords into a championship game here at Kinsmen Stadium. And an interesting decision there by the Humber Hawks. They did not line up for player of the game presentations, and that's an interesting gesture, and unfortunate that they decided to hold their team meeting before the presentation. But anyway, Dennis DeBanning is the player of the game for the Humber Hawks, and he was 2 for 4 in the ball game. So we're going to do it all again in a short period of time. It'll be the Durham Lords and the Humber Hawks in the final game for the gold medal here at Kinsmen Stadium in about a half an hour's time. We'll wait for an official time on the start. It'll probably be 3:30. It might be as late as 4, but be watching on the live stream, and we hope you can join us then. Final score again here, Durham 3 and Humber 1. Thanks for joining us here on OCAA Live. We'll be back with the championship game in a short time. My name is Brian Oliver. Good afternoon from Oshawa.